Good morning. I'm coming from my office today. After feeling already savage as usual, my last video was a bit, I like to cuss a little sometimes. I stopped cursing for a long time, but recently the warrior is coming out. And why is that? It's because the more I am being myself, the more other people are revealing themselves to me. Now, today we're going to talk about something very fun and spiritual. Is that why people have no fucking clue what spirituality is? And I'm going to tell you why, okay? White people are not a race. It's just a lack of pigment. They just don't produce melanin, the type of melanin that I have, or black people have, or Asian people have. So, while we're all mixed and while we're all the human race, okay, this is experience issue. First of all, white people burned their own spirituality. They physically burned it away. They shunned it away. Christianity is one of the first colonizing religions that came over the lands where white people originate. And that says it all. They already spiritually cock-blocked themselves. And the reason why I come with this is two things. One is a bit funny, I guess, and a bit delusional, is a white man who thinks he can talk to a mambo. Of course, I don't advertise myself like that. I am officially an artist, all right? That's my official thing. I don't give a shit about hiding it anymore, though, because otherwise a lot of things don't really make sense that I talk about. And I don't want people to think that I'm positioning myself as a spiritual leader. Well, I am. That's what I am, undeniably so. No matter if you want to accept it or not. But I don't want to be like a guru, I guess. I don't want to be, I'm sharing my wisdom. That's what I'm doing. But I don't want to put myself on a pedestal. Other people do that all the time already for me. I don't need to do that work. That labor is already done for me. So, while I'm feeling like this, I thought it was a very good idea to get back to this man who had a lot of audacity, okay? And then the other thing will be just a rant about after this. It's gonna make sense, all right? So let's just sit back, drink a coffee or drink something else and just listen to this bullshit. Just a visual, by the way, is a man having multiple things attached to his chest, and his face is hidden by an alien emoji, okay? I am very aware that a lot of people would just immediately block a guy like that, okay? And you might think because I'm so savage and this and that, I would just immediately block people, but actually no. I want people to actually reveal a little bit more because I'm curious sometimes. I have a morbid curiosity. So let's see. Hi Mel. I have a portable djembe, like a drum, African drum. He's a white guy, by the way. That's nothing, I'm not freaking out yet, but just listen. I have a portable djembe that I carry and walk around playing pretty much everywhere. I've got quite a few things hanging from it already, like crystals and fossils, etc. I didn't see that shit. I saw him in person. But I'd like more feminine energy vibrating through the netherworlds. I have a few sort of symbols that I use involving both triangles and the numbers 3, 6, and 9. And also I have a wooden pendant type artifact that expresses equality. Now, I just have to say that this fossil artifact, if you see my Instagram, you will know why a man tries to appeal to me with these words. Because it's basically trying to mirror me. Okay? I already think that's manipulative, but whatever. Might be that he just resonates with it, okay? Because this artifact is just a wooden carved out thing that his friend made. Maybe he calls it an artifact because that friend passed away. Fair enough, but you will see why I'm annoyed. Between all religions, so this artifact expresses equality between all religions. For the sake of peace. It's a bit complicated to explain via text, but I'd like bones of certain animals incorporate it into the symbols that I use. Well, what does that have to do with religion unifying? Okay, whatever. Preferably silver, and the bones I'd like are from the following animals, all dying either naturally or ethically. A snake, preferably a royal python. A chameleon. He wants chameleon bones. I live in the UK. We live in the UK. Where am I going to get a damn chameleon bone ethically? Okay. A small goat horn. And the left hind foot of a hare. I imagine that these items aren't the easiest to acquire, though, so understand if you'd rather not take my commission. Okay, first of all, the price for something so specific will not be affordable. You can't come to a spiritual practitioner and tell them what to do. This is the ultimate rudeness. Like, if this man is not cursed after this, I would be very surprised. All right. So, let me see what I said. Hi, I think it's easier to just reply via voice message if that's all right with you. So, the way I do things is I believe in things coming to you at the right time. So, I currently work with rattlesnake bones. I have coyote fingers, but it's not so much about the material itself. If you tell me what the energy you want it to be like, I can craft something with my own spiritual understanding and my own feminine energy. So I work with these numbers like threes a lot anyway. But if it's a specific shape you're looking for, I can make something for you. But what you're saying is, it's like a shopping list and then you want me to craft it for you, which is not really what I do. You get what I'm saying? So when I make 3D sculpts, which is not bones obviously, but it is still paper, volcanic ash, clay, which is also very grounding, and I make customized, color schemes and things like that. But I can definitely make like a charm or talisman-like thing for you. But if you ask from a spiritual perspective, it's like one spiritual person asking another spiritual person to do something in their eyes, which I can't do. You get what I'm saying? So if you want to have a chat in... Okay, I said if you want to have a chat in person, whatever. I'm impatient. Okay, so it says, he replies, okay, it says you're gonna be at this location, but it's an old reel. I could come, but if possible, we could chat on the phone or Facebook Messenger. Why Facebook Messenger? You're already in my DMs. Or whatever is most convenient for you. I'd appreciate it. It'd be appreciated. As you know, the spring equinox is next week, and something quite amazing and far-reaching is happening. This is gonna come. This is gonna come. On the date and for every full moon after, for quite a long period. However, I understand if you prefer to talk in person. I'm telling him where I'm gonna be, and he came in person. And even though I'm repulsed by this guy, I said, it was nice seeing you. Cool. I said, cool seeing you. Same here, you're definitely a vibe. You're not out tonight. Okay, this guy's trying to be unprofessional already. And obviously I have to think sometimes these people want to get with me, which happens a lot, okay? So I just reply a simple, dry, I'm professional. And he says, I could see that by your work, to be honest. Can I ask what other artistic endeavors you're involved in? Or is it mostly designing unique jewelry pieces? So this person claims to be very spiritual, very in tune with all of the religions and all of the, going all over the world, being a damn culture vulture. I am actually shocked, because while editing, I realized that this guy deleted a message where he literally said he wants to open up a portal to a different dimension. That's his goal. And he deleted this message, which is very telling. A portal to a different dimension. What, the chameleon dimension? Jesus Christ. And he sees a woman like me, like even look at me. Look at how I look. Look at how I present myself. Look at my energy. And you think I'm just an artist. When I literally... How are people so stupid, man? What other artistic... I'm not just... Okay, I said I'm a fashion designer also. Also, you can see on my page I'm doing 3D artwork too at the moment. So that's also what I didn't like. Like, just see my profile. I post. I'm not one of these people who just like, don't post. So now he's trying to relate to me with this artist. He's trying to put me in an artistic thing. He thinks he's some shaman. Bullshit, man. Shaman my ass. That's not a shaman. And if you think as a person you need specific bones and stuff, seek it out yourself. It's gonna come to you. You don't collect. This is very colonizer mentality. You don't collect stuff. You don't collect it like that. Like, yes, maybe something speaks to you, a symbol speaks to you, but it's not gonna come out this way. A chameleon bone and a goat horn and like a balls of a forest pig. Okay, it's not gonna be like that. So he's like, I'm meeting an animation guy tomorrow, funnily enough. But at the moment, he's working on mostly, I don't give a shit. On project on the way. Here, I'm currently getting together a band, as I have hundreds of lyrics. Don't give a shit. Spirituality, ancient cultures. He's gonna make music about that now. A white guy who can't even connect to his own ancestry first before he ventures out into other people's religion, spirituality, ancestry, lineage, genetics. However, it's also enmeshed with quantum theories and the multiverse theory, amongst other. Similar in a way to gorillas. You know gorillas? If you're young, maybe you don't know. It's like a... kind of looks a little bit cartoon character. Yeah, it is cartoon character. Band that is like anonymous, so to speak, you know. All artists can that join the collective will create an alter ego, therefore remaining anonymous and amplifying the message as more important than the individual creators. So you're not going to give credit to anybody. You're not going to let them decide. I'm not sure how much you know about Pocahontas. I literally almost look like Pocahontas and he's talking to me like this. But she's very central to the story and the feminine aspect of spirituality we're trying to promote. What? He's talking to a woman and trying to tell her what to do. Gravesend is an unbelievably spiritual place, and once the spring equinox event I'm organizing occurs, then we'll be doing so many unusual, creative and far-reaching things that it's impossible it will fail. Because you're using other people. I'm very selective of the artists I want on board. And when I saw you on Instagram, I knew you would fit right into this concept. Please, please don't dismiss it until you know more. Because as well as raising a lot of money for charity, which is always good karma, and generally creating the art you love whilst inspiring others, it won't in any way really be like a job. So you're trying to enslave me, master. You're trying to be my master. No bosses, and the only timetables we're working with are the cosmic ones. Okay. This is probably coming across fractured and nonsensical. No, it's very clear. It's very, very clear to me. Idiot. Rasclad. That is mostly because there are so many elements to this project. Oh, and it's very hard to express in a message. I understand. I understand everything. However, I'll finish this message by saying that with a name like Magical Attitude, you must believe real magic exists. It's Magical Attitude London, by the way, because he's trying to put my username. So finish it. Don't put half of my username. Magic exists and it's everywhere, but the system has just done an amazing job of putting the blinkers on 99% of society. Yes, that's true. We're about to help take them off. I doubt it. I say, I wish you all the best with your endeavors. However, I believe you absolutely don't understand who you're talking to. I forgot that response. Well, I can only agree with that statement as yes, I don't know you at all. Neither do you know me. And I'm not going to waste your time if you're really not interested. However, you'll know me more if we can talk. And vice versa. The choice is yours, Mel. But I'll see you again soon anyway to collect the pendant. Hope your Sunday's going well. Alright, that's it. Okay. Now, there was one thing that really irked me back in the day. Goop. Okay, Goop is Gwyneth Paltrow's pseudo-spiritual shit. Now, the first thing that's on the website is a bag. So I'm wondering if she stopped being all wannabe spiritual. What to know before booking a psychedelic retreat? Okay, let me see. Because back in the day, like 2 years ago or so, it was very, 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 very different. Let's go into probably wellness. And this website is loading like a bitch. It's taking so long to, I hate that. You're wasting my time already. Spirituality, April horoscopes. Okay, that's not too bad. But what I wanted to know, the most powerful intention to set at the spring equinox based on your sign. Okay, it changed quite a bit, but why is her eyes like this? Okay, I'm sure they're nice people who have eyes like that. But just looking at some people really irks me. And it has nothing to do with how they look. Like, if they're conventionally attractive or not. I'm a type of person that can see somebody who doesn't really look that great and think that they're handsome because they have a juicy spirit, man. They went through shit and came out still being a good person, still having their heart intact. That's, you know, that's beautiful. You can look at a crow and say, this is an ugly animal. Well, I say this is very elegant. This has a different energy, you know? So they definitely changed, which, great. Maybe it was my ancestors' interference. Because this person literally was trying to sell spirituality, like spiritual counseling and stuff like that. And they only had white people on there. Now, I don't know if she or her team was criticized too much, because I never hear people complain about that, because it's racist, or not racist, but it's like, you know, while everybody can be microaggressive towards people of color, you're not allowed to say that white people have no clue about spirituality. Unless you're some Irish person, unless you're going into the Wicca, like Wicca, I'm sorry, but Wicca is not a thing. It's not a thing. It's just a catch-all phrase for like going into more the Celtic and the European old stuff, and it's great. Just use the title. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that is the most legit thing in my eyes. That's the most legit thing, but a lot of these people claim that title and actually don't do what they're supposed to do. Like, for example, there was a woman called Death Witch, and she's German, which already German people are so spiritually corrupted. Like, it's very difficult for a German person to not be. I don't know why. But look at their history, look at how they are, look at what they did. It brings good things, like inventions and stuff, and it then brings also this shadow side. Everybody has a shadow side. I'm aware I have a shadow side. I'm calling people out because I need to tell you that the only valid religion or spiritual thing is you. You. You are the only valid religion that exists.